your taste in series and movies, I think there's a time it's a bit really raw. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Look who I have with me. Let's just take a minute to internalize the beautiful Julie Gichuru. I'm really happy that you agreed to do this.
Thank you, I'm happy to do it.
I know. This is obviously for 10 questions, the segment I usually do, and a lot of you, even though I had in mind to speak to her, a lot of you started saying do 10 questions with Julie. So I'm so glad that she made it. Julie and I have known each other for a long time, but obviously even before I met her, a lot of us have just known her as this really respectable, influential personality who's kind of transitioned from media to leadership. I think a lot of us know you as someone who speaks for leadership, and I think it's something you're passionate about.
I am. I really.
But why leadership in Africa? Why is that so important for you?
You know, I think it started because I wanted to be inspired. I love to learn and I love to be inspired. And I started to realize that we didn't have enough role models that were positive. And so I started to examine leadership. And I found a lot of positive Africans, role models we could look at. And I thought there's a huge gap there. So how can I bring them to the fore? And really that's how it started. I wanted to inspire people so that we can stop all the self-loathing and start being the change that we wanted.
And isn't it a wonderful time to be in Africa today? I feel like right now, I mean, entertainment aside, we could talk about the Hollywood aspect and, you know, but I think it's just, I feel like the Africa Rising is finally happening now.
I think it's happening because we're starting to take ownership of it. It can never happen if we don't. And so I know a lot of us talk about the challenges. Yes, we have many, but we have to find the solutions. And in those solutions often are our greatest opportunities. And people are starting to move. They're starting to feel it.
I love it. We are starting to feel
it.
So this will be short and sweet. And painless.
Promise?
Julie was like, I'm nervous. I think it should be. Anything you don't want to answer, just be like, next. But so I'm going to start with questions which are along the lines of what we're saying. So question number one is, what are the qualities of a good African leader?
I think it's the one thing is love. And I know a lot of people don't talk about that, but I think a leader must love their constituents. They must want to serve from a place of love. So that's my first thing.
Wow, okay. That's a really interesting answer. What are the greatest challenges that face women as leaders?
Oh wow, there are so many. But instead of speaking of the challenges, because there are so many, can I just tell us the way forward?
Yeah, sure.
Just ignore the challenges, and all the women who've been successful have simply ignored everything that came in their path and plowed forward anyway. So find a way around it, jump over it, crack it, do what you can, but keep moving. Keep moving.
Love it. Who were you most excited to interview?
Oh my God.
By the way, disclaimer, and you'll see the images. Julie has interviewed a lot of people around the world. So that must be a little bit of a tough one, but who have you been most excited to interview?
It is really tough, but honestly, probably Barack Obama. I mean, really?
It's Obama.
Yeah.
What was he like?
He was the funnest guy. And like, he's so fun when the cameras are off, because he goes a little bit formal, but he's still relaxed and at ease. And when the camera's off, he's cracking jokes constantly, and he's really a great guy.
Oh, that's amazing. And now, what is the craziest thing that has happened to you during interviews?
Oh my God, this one is so crazy. I think
Say it.
Yeah. So, Citizen, we've just interviewed, big, tough interview with Kabogo in 2013. And I had been sitting with my legs crossed like this the whole time. I didn't realize I had, what is it, pins and needles. So when I stood up at the end of the interview, I literally fell. Kabogo has the presence of mind to first look to see if the camera is on and then grab me before I hit the ground. I swear.
So the cameras didn't catch it.
I don't think they catch it. They had just, but before he came to catch me, he turned to look, saw the cameras were like.
But that's
so can you imagine how fast that was?
I know, but that's really good because I'm sure if the camera's on, it would have become a different story.
Oh yeah, it would have been another story.
That's funny.
That was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But thank you for catching me.
Yeah. What was the most embarrassing thing you did as a tomboy? Because you were a tomboy, weren't you?
I was a tomboy. Oh my gosh.
I was a tomboy too, Julie.
You really.
I'm very like.
Yay for tomboys.
Yay for tomboys.
I still am.
Yeah.
I ate sand. Yeah, I ate sand. So we were like playing and everything, and we were like daring each other, and we were like, and there was a building site, so get a, sand, and who's gonna eat the sand?
Oh my God.
I put the sand in my mouth and I swallowed it.
Okay.
Climbed a tree once and found a caterpillar eating me on the thigh. I still have the mark. I mean, so many things. But I think the sand.
The sand is pretty insane. Yeah. I'm sure you look back, you're like,
how did I do that?
How did I do that?
Yeah.
The power of being a child.
I know.
Yes, we read your blog. So when did you write about?
I haven't posted for ages.
You haven't posted
sorry.
in ages. Neither have I. When did you write about Spock? And how did you celebrate his life?
Oh my gosh. You can't make me talk about Spock.
Why?
I love Spock, and I really felt vindicated. My family was laughing at me when Leonard Nimoy, the actor, died. I was mourning for weeks, like in real mourning, as if I knew him. And everybody in my family is looking at me like
you're being weird.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, who is Spock, and then what does he mean to you?
Spock is in Star Trek, and he's the first officer on the Enterprise, the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
He means so much to me. I grew up watching that series. He's just level-headed. He's half Vulcan, which means he's very logical. But there was something also very moral
about him.
About Spock.
Yeah.
Very logical. Sometimes he made decisions that didn't seem quite right, but he was good,
Yeah.
And Barack Obama, when he died, said we loved Spock and we are mourning, and I was like, I feel vindicated.
Which brings me to probably a follow-up question. I've noticed something about you even by following your posts. Your taste in series and movies. I think there's a time it's really raw. I think there's a time you're following Walking Dead.
Not a time. I could do a lecture series
on Walking
leadership
Dead.
and the society and the Walking Dead. Yeah.
Is it because you find synergies between what? Is it because you try and make sense of it in terms of a bigger picture? Like you've talked about Spock and moral and authority. Do you do the same thing? Do you find yourself naturally saying, I like this character because I see this in them? How do you choose which series you like?
Again, Rick's journey is a very difficult leadership journey, and he starts out as a very moral character. He goes through a lot of pain and suffering, and it's just, I think I'm fascinated by humans, society, leadership. I think The Walking Dead, by the way, is not about zombies. It's not about zombies. Really.
Stop thinking it's about zombies.
It's about people. And it's about character, and it's about when everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Who are you? What makes you stand out? However, I like really rough TV shows. I don't know what that means.
I've always wanted to ask Julie, because I follow your posts and your followers are also getting so excited because they have the same taste.
You like that?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I can't watch The Walking Dead. Unfortunately, I can't do gore. It's very sad. I'm a Marvel fan. I don't know.
Yes, I'm a Marvel fan.
I'm a very big.
So who's your favorite character?
That's a good question.
The Marvel heroes.
The Marvel heroes.
Yeah.
I always change, but I find myself really drawn to Iron Man and the Hulk.
I love Iron Man. He's so cool.
He's so cool. I know Captain America stands for this, all is good and let's fight for good, but there's something about Hulk and Iron Man.
Okay, I'm a Wolverine girl.
Oh my goodness.
I know the whole Wolverine story, everything, and I'm a Dr. Charles Xavier girl as well.
Professor Xavier.
Which is,
See, we can be a little nerdy, but I love that stuff. This one is easy. Are you a morning or a night person?
Oh my God, I'm not a morning person. And my hubby, my darling, gets up at 4:30 a.m. every morning. He has his juice. He works out for an hour. My kids then get up before 6 a.m., 5:30, 5:40. They join in, the little ones. They join in for a workout. So he actually does the workout with them. And Mama is like asleep, sleeping. And I'm like, because I was working till late last night, but really it's an excuse.
So you own Mimi Collection. What is your Catch Me Dead outfit?
Oh my God. not. So it's probably this. They're two, and they're both Mimi, and they're secret.
Okay.
And they're bababoo.
Okay.
You know, you wear them, and you're almost like, can we handle this?
Yes.
You know. But to be honest, let me just be honest. I'm a shorts and jeans girl. If I could live my life in torn jeans and a t-shirt, I would. But just to say something very quickly about Mimi.
Yeah, please.
Mimi started off with a lot of stuff coming from outside, and we're looking now to just do local. So anybody doing amazing local stuff will be calling out to you. We want to put boutiques for particular designers on Mimi so that we are selling African stuff internationally.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's going to be a huge shift that's coming.
It's coming, so people need to look out for that.
There you go.
Will you ever go back to TV as a TV anchor reporter? Is that ever going to happen?
No. News, no. So my Africa show, we still produce it and it's on. Oh my God, news was I feel we're going to see a death of the mainstream as we know it.
It's already coming slowly.
It's coming, it's happening. So what we're doing in our spaces is just as important, if not more important. And yes, I wouldn't go back. I would certainly just look forward.
Yeah. Which woman would you love to go for dinner with?
That is so interesting. So it sounds weird, but I would love to have dinner with Jesus as well. I know that sounds really weird, but you know I've lost a child. And going through that period of grief and mourning and just literally devastation, I really held on to her as a mother. And I thought of this woman who had this child she never asked for, was told she was having the Son of God, and then had to watch him crucified at 33. I mean, she must have been asking, you know, why? I never asked for anything, but she had such grace. I would love to sit with a woman of such grace. You know?
Julie, that is such a powerful answer. And I think just given your own experience, I think that's so profound. Finally, I mean, there's so many people who look up to you, so many women and men, and they kind of, I think sometimes they see people in media or people who are proactive and doing so many projects and wonder, A, will I ever get there? B, how do they make it look so easy? We know it's not easy. I mean, first of all, you're on like level 10. But
oh, you are busy too.
And then they feel like I'm just falling short of the best thing I could do. But is there anything you want to say to them in terms of...
Don't overburden yourself. I had a lot of anxiety in my 20s. You know, who will I be? Can I succeed? How will I get there? But the thing to do is just take a step at a time. And everything that you can do it. Do it with excellence, because I find the big problem is when you do things and you're not able to really deliver. People don't come back to you, so try and do it with as much excellence as you can. But I will add this, and I've heard this now from some of the top, most influential and people that I admire. Don't forget to spend time with family. These are the things that are not just going to disappear. All right? They will be there. You will have opportunities. So don't give up time with family because you have to have, you know, this thing done. Negotiate. If you're in the workplace and you're a woman, negotiate your time. If you're pregnant and you need things done, you need a little bit more time. Or when you're breastfeeding, have the courage to say, I'm a good worker. I need you to give me this. So be bold. Take one step at a time, but keep going. You will get there. You will get there.
See, people overcomplicate things. It's the way you say it. We need self-belief. We need love. People need to remember that and not think like overthink things. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you for being and wishing you all
Thank
the
you
best.
so much. Growing the family, have to catch up with her, man. She's like,
oh no, you will. How many do you want to have?
I think I'm good with 2. I think after that I'll just, if Eddie hears that, he'll be like, no.
No, we want more.
We want more. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. So thank you, Julie.
Well, thank you. I loved it. Thank you.